Throughout history, the chronicles of mankind have been marred by events of profound darkness. Acts so heinous, so baffling that they leave an indelible scar on the collective memory of humanity. These crimes, shrouded in mystery and often soaked in blood, have captivated and horrified generations. The perpetrators, often cloaked in shadows and eluding even the most tenacious grasp of justice, take on an almost mythical quality. In this exploration of the world's most infamous unsolved crimes, we journey into the heart of darkness, seeking to unravel the enigma of these events. We will delve into the minds of investigators, examine the scant clues left behind, and confront the chilling reality that some mysteries may never be solved. From unsolved mysteries to notorious killers, these are the most famous crime stories in history. The year is 1888. The largest city in the world, London, throbs with life, a teeming metropolis on the cusp of a new century. Yet beneath the veneer of progress and prosperity, a darkness festers in the labyrinthine alleys of Whitechapel. Here, amidst the squalor and despair, a predator stalks the night, preying on the most vulnerable of society, women forced by circumstance into a life on the streets. The air grows heavy with dread as the body of Mary Ann Nichols, her throat slashed, is discovered on August 31st. It is a brutal act, but one that will soon be eclipsed in its savagery. Just days later, Annie Chapman is found slain, her abdomen mutilated with a surgical precision that chills the blood. Fear grips the East End as the realization dawns. A killer walks among them. The murders continue with a terrifying regularity. Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, Mary Jane Kelly, each victim meets a gruesome end, their bodies bearing the unmistakable signature of a madman. The press, hungry for any scrap of information, dubs the unknown assailant Jack the Ripper, a moniker that will forever be etched in the annals of criminal history. As the body count rises, so too does the panic. The police, overwhelmed and outmatched, seem powerless to stop the carnage. The Ripper, emboldened by his success, begins to taunt his pursuers, sending letters to the police and press, each one a macabre testament to his depravity. These letters, signed from hell, offer glimpses into the mind of a monster, but provide frustratingly few clues to his true identity. Theories abound, each more outlandish than the last. Was Jack the Ripper a doctor, his anatomical knowledge evident in the precision of his cuts? Was he a butcher accustomed to the dismemberment of flesh? Or was he, as some whispered, a member of the aristocracy, his crimes concealed by a veil of wealth and influence? Suspects emerge from the fog of speculation only to fade back into obscurity. Montague John Druitt, a barrister driven to suicide shortly after the final murder, becomes a prime suspect, his descent into madness fueling speculation of his guilt. Aaron Kosminski, a Polish immigrant suffering from delusions, is another name on the long list of potential culprits, his mental instability aligning with the brutality of the crimes. Yet, despite the best efforts of Scotland Yard and the countless amateur sleuths drawn to the mystery, Jack the Ripper is never caught. The murders abruptly cease, as if the killer simply vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of blood and unanswered questions. The legacy of Jack the Ripper extends far beyond the cobbled streets of Whitechapel. He becomes a symbol of the Victorian era's dark underbelly, a stark reminder that even in the heart of civilization, evil can lurk in the shadows. His crimes, forever shrouded in mystery, continue to fascinate and horrify, a chilling testament to the enduring power of the unknown. Over a century later, the case of Jack the Ripper continues to captivate the public imagination. Countless books, documentaries, and films attempt to shed light on the identity of the killer, but the mystery remains unsolved. The lack of a definitive answer only serves to enhance the legend, ensuring that the name Jack the Ripper will forever be synonymous with the darkness that can lurk in the human heart. The Whitechapel murders exposed the social ills of Victorian London, highlighting the plight of the poor and the vulnerability of women. The case also led to advancements in forensic science. as investigators struggled to make sense of the gruesome crime scenes. Today, the streets of Whitechapel are a far cry from the squalid slums of the 19th century. But the memory of Jack the Ripper lingers, a ghost in the machine of history. Tourists still flock to the area, eager to retrace the steps of the killer and his victims, hoping to catch a glimpse of the past and perhaps even solve the mystery that has baffled generations. Hollywood, 1947, a place of shimmering facades and broken dreams. Beneath the glitz and glamour of the silver screen, a darkness festers, a chilling reminder that even in the land of make-believe, reality can be far more sinister. It is here, in this realm of illusion and ambition, that the story of Elizabeth Short, a young woman with stars in her eyes and a hunger for fame, takes a tragic and gruesome turn. Known posthumously as the Black Dahlia, a nickname bestowed upon her by the press, Elizabeth Short's life is tragically cut short at the tender age of 22. Her mutilated body, discovered in a vacant lot on January 15, 1947, becomes a macabre spectacle, a symbol of Hollywood's sinister underbelly. The details of the crime scene are not for the faint of heart. Short's body is severed at the waist, her face carved into a grotesque grin, a chilling testament to the killer's depravity. The brutality of the murder sends shockwaves through the city, shattering the illusion of glamour and exposing the darkness lurking beneath the surface. The investigation into Short's murder becomes a media frenzy. Reporters descend upon Los Angeles, hungry for any scrap of information, any salacious detail that might sell papers. Elizabeth Short, once an aspiring actress lost in the sea of hopeful faces, becomes a household name, her image splashed across newspapers nationwide. Despite the intense public interest and the tireless efforts of the LAPD, the case quickly grows cold. Dead ends and false leads abound, each one adding another layer of complexity to an already baffling case. Theories proliferate, ranging from scorned lovers to vengeful mobsters, but none hold up under scrutiny. One of the most compelling suspects is Dr. George Hodel, a prominent physician with a penchant for the macabre. Hodel's own son, Steve Hodel, becomes convinced of his father's guilt, pointing to circumstantial evidence and his father's disturbing behavior. Despite the compelling nature of the accusations, concrete proof remains elusive, leaving Dr. Hodel's involvement an unsettling possibility. The Black Dahlia case becomes a cautionary tale, a reminder that fame and fortune can be a double-edged sword, attracting both admirers and those who prey on the vulnerable. Elizabeth Short's story, a tragic blend of ambition and naivete, serves as a stark reminder that Hollywood's dream factory can sometimes churn out nightmares. The Black Dahlia case, much like the Jack the Ripper murders, exposes the limitations of law enforcement and the frustration of unanswered questions. Despite advancements in forensic technology, some crimes remain stubbornly unsolved, their mysteries lingering like ghosts in the corridors of time. The enduring fascination with the Black Dahlia case speaks to our morbid curiosity about the dark side of human nature. The brutality of the crime, coupled with the allure of Hollywood, creates a potent cocktail of intrigue that continues to captivate and disturb. Elizabeth Short's story is a reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, Hollywood is a town of shadows and secrets. It is a place where dreams can be made and broken, where ambition can lead to both triumph and tragedy. And in the heart of this city of dreams, the unsolved murder of the Black Dahlia serves as a chilling reminder that some stories have no happy endings. The case also highlighted the often exploitative nature of the media. Elizabeth Short's life and death were sensationalized, her story twisted and molded to fit the narrative of the day. In death, she became a commodity, her image used to sell newspapers and fuel speculation. The Black Dahlia case remains a haunting reminder of the dark side of the American dream. It is a story of ambition, exploitation, and ultimately, tragedy. As we emerge from the shadows of these unsolved mysteries, we are left with a profound sense of unease. The world, we are reminded, is not always a rational or just place. Sometimes, the most heinous acts are committed with impunity, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and unhealed wounds. Yet even in the face of such darkness, the human spirit persists. We strive to understand, to seek justice, to find meaning in the chaos. The stories of Jack the Ripper and the Black Dahlia, though separated by time and geography, are united by a common thread of mystery and tragedy. And though the answers to these mysteries may forever elude us, the search for truth, for understanding, for a measure of closure continues.